Hey guys, I'm Chris, and this is Not Another Gratitude podcast where we bring some of our favorite people on and we all bake bracelet wraps together while talking about, what's going on in our lives and what's going on in theirs. Today we're joined by Rachel.
Hello.
Rachel, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are?
Yeah. My name is Rachel. Welcome. We can start there. I am a business owner as well. I own UltraRay Luxury Spa. A New York State licensed esthetician, so I provide aesthetic services as well as produce handmade products, body products, body butters, perfumes, things of that nature.
So Rachel has one of the most amazing candle scents that I've ever
Yes.
come across in my whole entire life.
You literally buy it every single time you see me.
Every time. And you know what the best part is that the best part is that it comes in a gold.
Because we're fancy.
Yeah, it comes in a gold jar.
Yes.
And if anybody knows anything about me, is that I'm a big gold person, and so
As you're making a goldie bracelet.
I'm making goldie bracelets. So and Teddy's also a gold dog, and so it's really it really calls to me, if you will. I feel very much spoken to by that.
Everyone loves that gold vessel.
It's a great
Everyone
vessel.
really loves that gold vessel. Yeah, it's so fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you and Richard have a very close relationship.
We do.
Yes.
And so that's why we sat you two next to each other.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, so before we jump into anything, I just want to start with our ungrateful confession.
Okay.
So this is just one thing that's kind of like you need to get it off your chest. Just like what is driving you crazy? And you're just
Put
like,
you on the spot.
What is it?
Me?
Go.
The pollen.
The pollen.
Yes, because it literally started.
Is that a person?
No.
Oh.
Allergies. No, the allergies.
Oh, allergies, pollen.
No, because
I thought you said a pollen. I was like, is that a person?
I felt like it started 2 weeks too early because it's not even April yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I also felt like, am I getting a cold? Am I
Nope.
not? I'm not sure. I don't know. So I went and I bought allergy medicine and then I feel better. So now here we are.
Here we are.
Like,
You know that it's
2.0.
allergies.
Yeah, it's allergies. So it's
my
I'll wake
God.
up, my nose is stuffy. I don't like that.
No.
Yeah, I love it when I wake up in the morning.
So that's my grateful.
I'm lucky. I don't have
Ungrateful.
allergies. But
Oh.
I've heard of a lot of people getting it
Yes, that was
later
me.
on in their life.
No,
Well,
that was me.
Well, be careful. Remember, Kim says she doesn't get sick, and then she got sick, so you're gonna have allergies next week.
So the funny thing is that when we used to do a spring market here in New York.
Oh yeah. Oh
That
God.
may she rest in memorandum of this spring market that is no longer a
Right.
thing anymore.
Right.
We would go, we would set up our tents, and there was literally so much pollen all over all of our clothing by the
Yeah.
time we would leave in the
Really?
evening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
much. If you thought you didn't have allergies,
Yeah.
best believe you
Yeah.
were going to be put to the test, and you'd find out you were allergic to real fast.
Oh no, that was me last year.
Yeah.
So last year was the first year that I actually discovered I had allergies.
Yeah.
And then to be at the market.
And there's
full
thousands of
pollen.
trees full of pollen. I've never seen anything like it before.
If I did not have, I had to be allergy med
Yeah.
for me to survive.
I think I got more sick doing the spring market the first winter market was actually really bad. But,
yeah, me too, same.
Yeah, first winter
Yeah.
market was I think I had COVID every other week.
No.
And I stayed home every single time.
Yes.
Okay,
So let's talk about this. So we're beading bracelets here. For those of you who don't have the
Right.
visuals, we all have bead spinners in front of us. We're all going to be making different colors. I'm making goldie. Richard's making purple haze. Rachel's going to be making polished orange.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiara has sage, one of our most popular colors. So you've gone ahead and you poured some beads in there. I would pour some more beads in
Yeah.
there.
more.
Yeah, because
You can fill it up.
Lots of
Fill it up
them.
as much as possible.
Fill it up.
Yeah.
Just all the way. Keep going. There you go.
Okay, good.
Now, what you're going to do is turn it on.
This button.
It is a button.
Well,
Slide it
speed.
over first, and then you're going to speed
Okay,
it up.
yeah. Okay, speed.
yeah. See,
Are
plastic
you
negative.
right-handed or left-handed?
Yes.
Right or left-handed?
I'm a right-handed person.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
want it to spin counterclockwise.
Okay, so the other way?
No, you're good. Put
Okay.
that is counterclockwise, sweetie. I don't know how you look at clocks, but let's put the needle in your right hand.
Okay.
Pinch it at the bottom.
pinch it like this.
Okay. Oh wait, first you have to slide the thread through the bottom,
Okay. All right, let's do that.
and then you're gonna pinch it in place so that way it doesn't move, slide out.
Okay, so like this.
Oh, put more, pull
More.
it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to hold it with your index finger and your thumb,
Okay.
right hand, and then
Yeah.
I want you to bend the needle in the shape of an L, kind of like a hockey
Like
stick.
Why does your needle look like that?
Like a, like
bend
a
it.
hockey stick, right? Bend it like a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Is that a good L?
No, you want it to go up. You want the L,
So,
to-
like-
a J. Sorry, a J rather. Let me see.
So when you're holding it,
Uh-huh.
you want to hold it like
Like that.
that.
No. Like, this,
Yeah, like
is
that,
what I'm,
see?
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like a J. Yeah,
That's a
because, like,
J.
Yeah, this.
Okay, I see the J. Okay, because that was not given J.
So now put your take your finger, your index finger, and put it right in the middle of your beads. And
My
press.
index, which of this?
It doesn't matter. Just push them down. Yeah. You want it to just kind of like. There you go. Because if you try to put it in there like that, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. You can lift it, take it out now. I just
Okay.
go like this. You kind of like make sure that they're all level. So that way when I put the
Okay.
needle in, it can actually
Catch.
catch them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be it's like sticking a, like, I don't know, sticking a pole into to the side of a building.
All
You
right.
want to go at it from the side. So you're just going to kind of glide over top
Uh-huh.
and just glide and glide and glide. And you're going to watch, you're going to feel
As
the
it like.
needle picks up the beats. You want to go, turn the speed down a little bit. Going a little fast. There you go.
Is that better?
You just want to get used to it. You know,
Okay.
Get used to the feeling. You just want to glide it right on top. You know, watch them catch. We're not catching.
Definitely not. It's
I
definitely
think you
not
have a little bit
catching.
too much of a loop at the bottom there. Here,
Maybe
let me see
straighten
yours.
it out a little bit.
Let me fix this. Get you going. So, you're gonna hold like this.
Uh-huh.
Oh, a lot of twisting and turning going on here.
Yeah.
Put,
Is it
pinch
like
it right
that?
here. See how that is?
So pinch like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like downward like that.
Yeah. Just, you see, you want the tip of that needle to just glide over top glide on the top of it. Just skim the top of it. Yeah, there you go. Maybe try
Is
to
my
like,
needle
maybe,
too long?
Maybe grab it, like grab it.
Grab the needle a little
Grab the
bit
needle more.
so that it's more stable.
All right.
So
Let
like
me do it like this.
yeah, just use all your hand to kind of like keep it in place, but then like also like this kind of thing. You know, so
Okay.
I'm still holding the I'm still holding
I'm
the
still
double
holding
thread.
and holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hold the double thread as long as you're holding the double thread. You don't have to
You're
necessarily
good.
hold it on the on the point there. It can also help get you started because it is a lot easier once you've actually started it. It's going really fast, Richard.
Richard, how do you do yours where your one moves?
So you spin his in the middle. Just keep it still.
Yeah. See, it's getting on right now.
All right.
You got one? Yay!
Yeah.
There you go.
Do
Now,
it
now
that
pull them
way.
down,
Pull it down, but don't.
and then keep it on the double part of the thread. Pull them.
So pull it.
Pull these down. So you want to hold the thread.
So you want it to hold the thread in place.
So
Now you don't have to hold the
yeah,
thread anymore.
now you don't have to hold the thread.
Okay.
So you always want to keep a few beads on the double thread.
Okay.
So that way it holds it into place.
So it holds it. Okay.
And now you don't have to hold it. You don't have to hold the thread anymore. You can just focus on that needle and just getting them on.
Getting them on.
Mhm.
All right.
And then when you get them up, there you go. You just lift it up.
Okay.
Pull
and
them
then
down.
Just pull them down.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. And you're off. First person to finish a bracelet gets $1,000.
You probably won't be me. So do I keep pulling this thread down too?
No.
just do little by little,
Okay.
and then as you get closer to filling that up, then we'll approach that.
Okay, just and now you can
And
get
just
some more.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
All
Cool.
right.
Okay.
Awesome. So you're off. How does it feel to finally be making a bracelet of your own?
I think it's definitely a learning curve.
Literally.
definitely a learning curve, but it feels great.
You've
It's
seen
gonna be-
these at the
yeah,
markets.
yeah. It's actually, I feel like it's one of you guys' like best sellers, right? Like,
It is.
It's
Yeah,
funny
they
because
are.
like online we sell tons of them. In person we sell a lot, but nowhere near as many as like
online.
online. And
Really?
then online it's like we don't really sell that much clothing, but in person everybody buys the clothing. The crazy little like flip flop. But
Yeah.
you know, it's also a learning curve. You know, being a part of an industry that you have had no prior experience in, you kind of learn things as you go. And I think you know something about that.
Yes, I do.
You had a background in fashion, right?
Yes.
For a very long time, so you know a lot of things that I would love
Yeah.
to know.
Really?
Yeah. So
And now you do what you do now, which
Yeah.
is incredible. Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
So I started my corporate career at like 23, and I started in wholesale.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I-
jealous. I need to learn.
I started in wholesale. I worked for a licensing company for about maybe like a year or two before I went over to like actual like clothing.
Okay.
So
So you went to
then-
like Magic, and you went to
Yeah, all of those
Ah.
things. Yeah. So I want to
New York
say
now.
for like a year, like the first 6 months of a year, I was never home for 2 weeks straight.
Really?
I was always like at a trade show, like always somewhere. Right.
Did you have a favorite trade show or?
I had the worst one. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Which one was that?
Atlanta's supposed to be really good.
It was one in Denver.
Denver.
Vegas was great. Denver,
Vegas, you like Vegas?
Vegas was nice. Denver, oh my God, Denver was a nightmare. So first of all, I missed my flight because
Oh, so it was a problem. It was a problem for you.
for me.
It wasn't Denver.
No, it wasn't Denver.
It was a
me.
Rachel.
Yeah. I
Got
missed
it.
my flight because the driver didn't know his way to JFK, which was interesting. Missed my flight, had to catch another one, got there, lost my luggage.
Oh.
The luggage didn't get there. So I was like, oh, okay.
You work for a clothing brand, so.
Right. And then I didn't realize the elevation in Denver.
Yes.
Didn't know that was going to happen.
You got sick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the worst headache ever. And I was just like sitting in the booth, like looking up, like, what is going on? And
Yeah.
this sweet woman, she came to me. She was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm like, no. And she's like, you just need to drink more water. I thought it was like bullshit, but she was right.
Yeah?
So, yeah. So that was the worst. But yeah, so I've done wholesale production and merchandising, compounded about 12 years across intimates, outerwear, men's, women's, all of it.
Was
So-
there like a certain brand that you worked specifically
yeah,
with?
so I worked for Tommy John for 6 years. And then I worked for Delta Galil. It was interesting. They were my main factory, and then I ended up working on the other side out of their offices.
What's
And
it
then
called?
Delta Galil. They're a factory in Egypt, a
Oh,
huge
wow.
factory in Egypt. And then I worked for Outdoor Voices.
Oh.
I worked for Good Life Clothing. I worked for like so many different brands, both men's and women's.
Outdoor Voices, I would love to. We could pick your brain about that afterwards.
Yeah, I worked for Outdoor Voices. Yeah, I did. At first, I was doing production, and then they switched me over to product development, and I got switched back to production.
Were you not good at product development?
No, it's just that what they wanted is that they switch me over and they go, okay, build out this team. They're like, build out this team, hire, fire, do whatever you have to do, get it to a good place. And I was like, okay, did that. I had like 8 people under me, did that, got that. And they're like, okay, great, you can move back to your original position. So that's how that happened.
Oh, okay. They weren't like,
Oh, they just wanted you for that.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, I guess. But yeah, so I've done like the whole production corporate thing for so many years. And then after a while, I just got tired of it. So just decided to, during COVID, I went to esthetician school. So that's how
Okay.
that happened. Got my license and everything. And then after a while, like, all right, let's just see.
because it is a big shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's a completely different industry. Like I
Yeah.
try to find like the similarities between the two.
None.
Well, I mean, in the sense that like you are still in retail.
Yes,
you know, like,
yes.
You
yes,
do
yes, yes.
still you own your own business. You
Yes.
you do markets. That's how we know each other. So
Yeah.
it's through a lot of the market scene, if
Yes,
you will.
yes.
Here in New York, it's crazy because like although New York is such a huge city, there's like the pocket of like the small business vendors, and we all know who we are.
Yeah, everyone knows everyone.
Everybody knows everybody. Like we all show up to the same places, we do the same things, and like for such a massive city, you would kind of like expect there to be like a lot of variation or a lot of like I don't know something, but like it is the same people.
Same people
every single time.
Right.
And
it's
there's
interesting.
even overlap between here and Boston because there's a lot of vendors.
Between,
Really?
Yes.
and Chicago.
Mm.
Chicago not as much, but between here and Boston for sure. But that's also probably shouldn't talk about that. But yes, yeah. There's definitely a lot of like cross market exposure that happens between like different cities, but for the most part, like it is nice to know that like you can show up someplace even if you've never been there before.
Yeah,
and you're
see a
gonna
familiar
know
face.
know somebody.
You'll definitely find someone that you know for sure.
You just like go through the roster and you're like, know her, know her, know him. He's a bitch. Don't like him.
Yeah, you're seeing same faces for sure. Yeah.
But it's been nice, and like for the past 2 years now, we've both had spots across from each other at Union
Yeah,
Square,
that's how we met. That's how we met,
which I
yeah.
heard was a thing. I love working out at Union Square. It's my favorite pop-up shop.
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you ever work at that one this last year?
No,
It
I
was
dropped stuff
beautiful.
off. No, actually, no, that's a lie. I did work there one time,
One day.
one
One day.
afternoon. Remember? And then Rachel just watched me from across the aisleway as I was like struggling to figure out how to open up the booth.
Who is this
and
man?
then once I finally got it open, and I'm like standing there for a minute, like drenched in sweat. I'm like over it. I'm like, Richard knows. I was not a happy camper this day, as I was at Bryant Park, and then somebody didn't show up to Union Square, so I had to go from somebody not showing up at Bryant Park to somebody else who didn't show up at Union Square.
Yes.
And by the time I got there, I was like already like,
Over it.
oh yeah, I was not having it. And I set up the whole entire thing, and then I look over, and you're just watching. And I'm like, you see me struggling over here, you don't even be like, yo, Chris, like, there's a latch in the middle. Like,
Well, yeah, probably.
I'm like, so let's talk about that, yeah?
Well, me and Richard met because you needed to borrow a hammer. Remember?
Yes.
And you probably said you didn't have one or something.
No, I shared my hammer.
I will borrow a lot of tools from the people
Yeah.
around, so I don't have to buy them.
Yes, tools, yeah.
There's a vendor that has a reputation, if you will, for not loaning anybody anything ever.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Really?
and they
Oh,
have,
no.
they have that reputation, and everybody knows who they are, and everybody always likes to comment on their inability to be
Helpful.
That's not nice.
neighborly,
No, it's not nice.
neighborly to your other neighbors.
Yep.
I mean, we're all out there suffering in that weather. It's just like, why not be nice? Especially because like we're gonna be each other's neighbors.
You're there
for,
for
like,
such a long time
Yeah.
together.
That's the thing. You're there for 6 weeks.
What do you get out of it? Like
6 weeks is a long time.
6 weeks.
the
Brian-
cold.
In the cold.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, Brian is like
9.
forever. Half a year.
You might as well, yeah. Thank God.
I know.
I want it to last forever.
Can't
Yeah.
just be year round.
It'd be nice.
That'd be interesting. How do you think that would go?
It'd probably be really well.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, they do have permanent kiosks that live there all year round. But as far as like a retail perspective, like I wonder how something like that would do in a place like that. But, yeah. But I guess we'll never know. We'll never know.
So,
Oh God. You got started. You went into. I'm gonna like butcher this every single time I try to say it, so I'm not even gonna try. The E word.
Esthetician.
Esthetician school.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how then did you end up with a company that does markets?
You know what's so funny about that?
Like it's like very like how do we get from point A to point
Yeah.
B?
What's so funny about that? So, aesthetic school was just supposed to be a backup because that happened during COVID, and it was literally just kind of like, all right, I got laid off or furloughed as like everyone in the world, and I
What
was
does furloughed mean?
basically fired.
Oh, okay. It's usually nobody really knew what furloughed was, and then furloughed became a thing during the
Yeah, so like
holidays.
everyone kind of got furloughed because everyone's company, you know, nothing, the world was shut down, so
Yeah.
they couldn't afford employees. So I got furloughed, and then I was like, okay, what do I do?
Do you get paid on furlough?
No, you don't get paid on furlough.
Oh.
Nope, not a
Hmm.
cent. So I decided to go to esthetician school. I did it remotely for 4 months. And then graduated, and I was like, okay, this will be like a backup. So in case the world shuts down again, you know, like I have a second career, or what may happen.
And what do they teach you in esthetician?
So you learn, say it one more time. What was that?
Esthetician?
So you go through
Because I'm
different,
Colombian, English is not my favorite language.
you go through different modules. So like first you start with makeup, and then you go to like the biology of the skin, which is like the longest module. And you learn everything from like different facial muscles to like literally like facial diseases, skin diseases, like all sorts of things. And then after that, you go to the practical part, and you have to learn like the practical, you know, massage movements and things like that, steps of a facial. So you learn the theory part of that first, and then you go through the practical where you actually have to like do it.
So you
And then
wanted to learn this during the pandemic in case there was another pandemic.
Yes.
Because you thought that if there was going to be a pandemic, you're like, I need to let people at least feel good and look good. Because if the world is ending, you got to put your makeup on right.
Why not? Right? And then after you get through school, so you go through school to qualify, you have to go through a certain amount of hours. Once you get your hours, then you can sit for the boards. The boards is a 2-part test, written and practical. You have to pass both before you can get your license.
Okay.
Do they teach you zombie makeup too?
No, like you can learn all sorts of makeup. You can learn like all sorts of different makeup. It's actually really cool. So did that, graduated, got my license, and I was like posting the whole thing as I was going, because what else do you do?
Right.
Yeah.
And people were like DMing me, and they were like, listen, once you start, like, let me know. So I was just like, okay. So when I posted that I graduated, I already had people that was like, yeah, I want to come for like a facial. So I'm like, okay.
Nice.
What do I do? So my living room, I have a huge living room. So I like partitioned it off and put like a bed there and put it by the window. So like, you know, because still COVID, so people don't feel like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're like, I need air.
yeah. And I only did friends, family, and referrals only.
Okay.
And I only did it on the weekends. And every single weekend I had clients.
booked.
I were
Nice.
booked. And then after that, I started getting inquiries from strangers. So I had to find a place. So I decided to find a place, right? The products came in because every time I did a facial, I would burn a candle. And everyone would be like, what candle is that? And I'm like, oh, it's from such and such or whatever. And they're like, you should make your own. And I was like, no. I had no intentions. I was like, I don't want to. I'm not interested.
More work.
Right. And
Wait,
then...
spoiler alert, do you still do like facials?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a actual like professional studio in Sunset Park.
Really? And how often do you do those?
I work like 4 days a week there.
Oh, really? Oh, huh.
Good to know.
Yeah, work like 4 days a week there. Yeah. So I have a best friend that worked in like the spa culture, and she's like, no, you should really make like your own candles.
Your
It
own
makes
scents.
sense for your brand. Like, why not? And I was like, oh, girl, no.
I mean, it's a nice tie-in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's easy. Like, what a lot of people I think have problems with. I mean, like, it's easy to just show up at Michael's, buy all the ingredients, you know, make the candle, but then they have nowhere to sell it.
Right.
You already have the location where you could sell it, so you
Right.
already created the avenue, the channel to be able to have some sort of like revenue stream, even if it fucking tanks. Like,
yeah, right,
it
right,
doesn't matter.
right,
Like,
right.
you already you can put it somewhere and it'll still sell eventually.
Right. So I listened to her. I took her advice. Shout out to you, girl. And I like found a supplier, and my supplier, like, you know, they had like all the candle stuff. So I spent like 6 months just like researching blogs, like joining different Facebook communities, reading, watching YouTubes, like the whole nine. and had like my first like little small collection, like figured out like the first 4 scents that I wanted. Coming from my merchandising background, I'm just like, don't make it feel so busy.
Nice.
Pick 4 core scents and that's it. And then everything else would be like seasonal.
Yeah.
So I did it that way. And all my friends like bought everything. So I'm like, okay.
You have good friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Shout out to my friends.
Yeah.
So they bought everything and I told them to give me feedback. They gave me feedback. And then I was like, okay, so where else can like I sell these outside of like friends and family? I literally went on Google and I was like, markets in New York City. Literally. That's how I did it. And then I found like the market that I do uptown, Grand Bazaar. And I didn't know the history of it or anything like that. It's like the oldest market in the city. I had no idea. So I applied, I got in, I went on vacation, came back, and I was like, I think like a client canceled on me or something. So I just like emailed them randomly. I'm like, oh, do you guys have space this Sunday? And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay. So I went there and I had like, you know, my little soaps, my little candles.
What was
and
your?
things.
Okay, so from like one small business venture to another, I need to know what your first ever setup looked like. Because I told you what my first setup looked like. Oh, girl. Oh, my God.
It was-
I look back at pictures and I'm like, no, I didn't. Did
was
I?
just-
Why did I do that?
It was literally, so my friend, she got me like this, like, it looked like a beehive, like, thing, right? And it kind of worked, I guess, for the colors of my brand, which is like yellow and orange. So it was like a beehive thing. And then I had like these fake flowers, like, kind of like taped to the back of it. So it gives it like a jungle feel. And then I had like the little products, like, in each pocket of like the beehive.
Oh,
That's cute.
And that was my first
Yeah.
setup. So that's what I had. And I was like, okay. And then like for people to like smell things, I had like this little thing that you could like slide open and I put like a couple drops of like the oils in there so they could like slide it open and smell it or whatever. And that was it. Yeah. So
What'd you use as a tablecloth?
I think I ordered like from Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
like-
went bougie.
Yeah. I ordered
I was
from
on a
Amazon.
budget. I used a shower liner.
I ordered from Amazon and I got like, you know, like the ones that are like super tight. And like,
The one I was trying to get you to look for the other day.
Yeah. So I ordered from Amazon and I got that. So when I went uptown to Grand Bazaar for the first time, I had no idea. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what was going on. They placed me in like the middle of this aisle. And I just sat down, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're new here," because, like you said, everyone knows everyone. And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what's going
We
on."
might not act like you might not act like you're like, it'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
have you been here before?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
No.
Yeah. So I sat there, didn't know what to expect, and literally, people were coming to me. They're like, "We can smell your table from the end of the aisle," and I was like, "Okay," and then. I think I made like $700.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, what's going on? So then I signed up for more dates and I did like my first holiday one there and I made like a good amount of money and I was like, okay. So then I dedicated the next year to doing every small market that I could around the city just to see where like my brand fits.
That's, I mean, yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
We did things a little bit differently. I mean, when we came back to New York, I was like, I'm doing Bryant Park or none of them at all.
And I applied, but here's the thing. I applied for Bryant Park and I applied for Union Square, not knowing what I was getting myself into. I was like, okay, yeah, shoot my shot. I'm kind of happy that I didn't get in because I would have been a lost girl. I have no idea
Brian
what I was
Park is a
saying.
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went straight into Bryant Park. I was like, don't give me anything else. I don't want anything else. I only want Bryant Park. That's it. Either we're doing the biggest one or we're not doing anything at all.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Yeah, and then, well, now, when I got into Union Square, I cried.
Aw.
I cried.
It's a
And-
moment. I mean,
Yeah.
like, these are like, I mean, for those of you who don't know, it's like these are like iconic markets, and like when you're kind of like on your small business journey, you know, and like getting into one of those things, it's like it can be life changing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first did Bryant Park, I remember like we were literally like I had amassed so much debt at this point, like so much debt, and I was like. I literally like looked at my mom and dad and I was like, we have to do the biggest one because if we don't do the biggest one, if we don't do the one that lasts the longest period of time, I'm like, I don't think I have enough money to keep going after this.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, like let's go, let's do it. We rented an Airbnb. I lived in New York for 3 months and then like, it ended up being the most amazing thing that we could have ever done.
Yeah.
You know, ended up making like 2.5 times like what we had made in 3 years in like 80 days. And it was like, that's it. It's like you don't even look back at that point.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I seen, because Union Square, obviously, you know, new kid on the block, first time, everyone knows, right? And I'm just like, okay, I don't know. I don't think I hired anyone.
And
You had a couple
friends.
I had a few
some friends that
I had
worked.
some friends that helped.
No, but you don't hire anybody that first year because you don't know what to expect.
You have no
And chances
idea.
are you have no money. You don't have
That part,
you
right?
don't, I'm gonna say what you don't want to say. You have no money.
Broke.
You're broke. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna work every single shift.
Every single day. I was
Wow.
never so tired in my life.
Yeah.
I literally was just like,
Come Thanksgiving, you're like, fuck this.
Thanksgiving, I told everyone, I said, I don't want to see you. I'm so sorry. I don't want to see you. I slept on Thanksgiving.
I remember you told
Oh,
me.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
slept all
I
day.
slept all day. I was just like, I don't want to see
Well,
you.
My
because
family knows.
Union is open. I mean, closed Thanksgiving.
No,
Bryant-
we're open in Bryant.
Bryant Park
Mm-hmm.
is open
I
Thanksgiving.
mean,
When does Ryan Park close?
it doesn't close.
No, it
Never.
doesn't.
When it ends,
Yeah.
when you die.
You don't want it to close.
You don't want it to close, yeah.
I know. I've heard such good things. I mean, I'm shooting my shot this year. See if I get in.
There
I'm
we
hoping I
go.
do. But yeah, like I feel like that's now that I talk to like other people that's like in the position of where they're trying to get in. I literally tell them like, listen, for the next, I round it off to like 3 months still because it is 6 weeks. But like even afterwards, you're going to need the time to just
What are you
recover.
talking about?
Union Square.
Oh, well, I mean, Bryant Park is literally 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Union Square is 6 weeks, but it feels like forever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, listen, like
You try doing 3 of them at the same time.
I know, but that's my goal. Though.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
My
we go.
goal, my
Shit.
goal is to do 3.
3? No, go even bigger.
3, no, like 3 this year.
We put in for 3 this year. We put in for 5 this year.
5?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Tiara's going to Chicago. She doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Sorry, we always like to get candy before we shoot.
Yes.
It's like a little guilty pleasure. And there's like a cute little candy shop like right down the street from us, and they have just like some ancient candy that like you haven't probably seen in such a long time.
Yeah, the Pop Rocks got me.
Warheads.
The Pop Rocks, the Warheads. You were
Yeah, they
getting
have
your,
Pop
your
Rocks.
your sour pouches or whatever you were
Yeah.
calling them.
Sour Powers.
No, you put sour powers. I'm like, I don't think that's a thing.
It's literally called Sour Punches.
Sour punch.
Shout them out.
Yeah. So they are called.
Eugene?
Fuck.
I think so.
There's Eugene.
There's
Yeah.
a bag right around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eugene.
Eugene J.
Yep.
Eugene J. Candy.
In Bushwick.
In Bushwick. Thank you so much, Eugene J. Candy in
Nice.
Bushwick.
I know.
For all the sweet treats and all the favorite pastime candy. It was actually really good. And
No, it was
they
actually
even
really
had
good.
like homemade Reese's peanut butter
Yes,
cups.
and,
And the
Rice
Rice
Krispie
Krispies.
treats.
It was all really, really good.
I haven't
If you're
tried that
ever in Brooklyn, deep in Brooklyn, you can go to Eugene J. Candy and get yourself some candy.
No, it was really good.
Now that we're also doing endorsements and promotions and sponsorships, thank you, Bead Act, for your amazing bead spinners. We use them all the time. They help us
Every day.
be more efficient with our beading. If you're looking for a good beading solution, go straight to Bead Act. You can find them on Amazon.
Probably their website.
Probably their
What do I do
website.
now?
Oh, just keep pushing it down.
Keep pulling them down. Pulling them off the. Just want to make sure that you always leave something on the double. And you just slide them all off.
Oh.
Then you gotta fill up the rest of the thread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get there.
You will get there. And also, thank you to Beadalon for your elasticity stretch cord. Elasticity stretch cord is very stretchy, but also very durable, which is why it is our preferred cord that we use for our bracelet wraps, ensuring that they won't break and shatter into a million pieces all over the place. But if it has, we can probably tell you why it has, because we didn't use the right stretch cord. But yes, we use Beadalon elasticity stretch cord. And lastly, thank you, Miyuki, for providing us with some amazing beaded beads. We use Miyuki glassine seed beads for all of our bracelet wraps. We import them from Japan. They are made with such precision and such accuracy, and like they're just like little itty bitty beautiful beads. Like it's crazy to think that like that they can make something this small.
In so many different colors.
So many different colors. They have like over 25,000 different beads.
I would love to see what that production looks like, honestly.
Let's go. I went
to Japan.
I went to their factory store. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, and their main factory is actually in Hiroshima. I think that like something that we kind of touched upon beforehand was world domination with gratitude and candles and scents and fragrances. But 2, it was this idea or this notion that like I think that a lot of people in this day and age. Let's back up for a second. The United States is. I don't even know what the percentage is. So I'm not even going to try to throw out a percentage, but I know that like the majority of people within the United States are actually small businesses, business owners. It makes up a huge portion of our economy, and I think I want to say it's like a very, very high number, maybe even like 30-40% of like Americans are small business owners or like run their own businesses in some way, shape, or form, and that's amazing because it means that like we're kind of a country just of like entrepreneurs, people of innovators, people like who are very self-motivated and want to like succeed and do good and like bring something to the table.
Yeah.
And not just like, suck the system dry. But at the same time, I'm sure that there are so many people who have problems or fears when it comes to making that first step. And like, what is something that, like, let's say you might have been afraid of, or how did you start? Like, I mean, I know how you started, but what was something that you were afraid of in the beginning?
I mean, coming from being in corporate for so long, right? You get used to the monotony of it, of like, you go to work, you're going to get a check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to work, you get a check, you do good, you might get promoted, like whatever, right? But it's something in that where, and if the company's doing well, you could have a job for years, right? When you're an entrepreneur, you are at the mercy of what's going on in the world, really and truly. So if the economy sucks, guess what? The sales might look a little crazy. People might, right now maybe self-care is not what people would want, or sometimes, maybe self-care is what people will focus on. So it's so many different factors that plays a part. There's competition. There's so many things to think about. I think being an entrepreneur, you need to have so much belief in yourself that people think that you are absolutely insane. Like people think that you're like crazy, like absolutely insane.
You need a little delusion.
A little delusional, like a little drop of Delulu in there.
Are you saying I'm delusional?
Maybe. A little drop of Delulu in there, right?
I think I told David this the other day. I was like, I just don't understand why you're not up until 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I am every day working.
Right? And it's like the delusion and the passion, but then also like when you know that like, all right, this is what I am depending on to eat, you're gonna do what you have to do.
You're gonna make it work.
You're gonna make it work.
Or to like let other people eat.
Yeah.
There's no failure. Failure is not an option at this point.
It can't be.
And it's like, how do you, like, here are my choices. It's like either A, succeed, or B, find a way.
Yeah.
And like, that is it.
That's
There's no
it.
plan C. That is not an option.
Yeah.
So either help me figure it out or get the fuck out of my way.
Really. That's what it is. So like in the beginning, that could be a little jarring because it's just kind of like, all right, well, if I don't...
You have to have that sense of determination. I think is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, and it's like if I don't really figure it out, then either we going back to corporate or we going to be in the poorhouse. What we doing? So...
I feel that. I mean, like, and I think you and I were both in the same scenario in that, like, we both fell into our brands during the pandemic.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
B, like, we went into different industries that we had absolutely no background or experience in. And C, like, both of our roles encouraged us to do something that we hadn't done ever before in the sense that, like, creatively.
Yes.
Like, I never was a creative. I mean, I have a degree in finance and marketing. Marketing, maybe, but, like, it's still a business degree. It's still very much run by a number, right? There's a right answer. There's a wrong answer. There's not really that much gray. Like statistics. Hated statistics. Why? Because there's a gray area in statistics. And I'm like, no, there's no gray area. Stop it with the gray area. I want black or white. That's it. Like, don't give me beige. Like, no. Like, it doesn't work for me. I just need to know that I'm either right or I'm wrong. And like, that's it. And to go into something that was like all of a sudden, like, here, design a t-shirt. And I'm like, what? Like, what kind of material do you want to use? I'm like, t-shirt fabric. I don't know.
And then it's also kind of like, are other people going to like get it or like accept it?
Is it my inside joke and like no one else is gonna laugh with me?
Right, because like for instance, I do like seasonal scents, right? And I would, it takes a lot for me to develop like a new scent. I'll develop the scent, I'll get so excited about it, but then I'm just like, okay, now you smell it. Tell me what you think. Okay, you smell it. What do you think? And then it's just like, it's like the first, I want to say like 2 to maybe like the first month of putting it out. I'm kind of like on pins and needles because I'm like, okay, like, how is it being accepted? Do people like it?
Well, you take it personally.
Oh, yeah.
You try not to, but you do.
You try not to.
You do.
But you can.
You do.
Yeah, but you try not to.
That's why I had to stop working in the market so often because I was like, somebody would be like, I don't really like that color. And I'm like, well, fuck you. What do you mean you don't like sage?
I'm
Like,
just
are
like,
you like,
don't get the vision.
you obviously don't have taste.
I think it's because we're working on the next collection. And this is the first time, because Chris and I were on a cruise and we were walking through Mazatlan and coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
And this is the first time, he designed all of it.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've I've had some input.
Yeah.
A little bit more input than on other items. And it's going to be personal. Like if someone comes in and it's like, oh, I don't like that. I'm like,
why?
yeah, why? What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't like me?
Yeah, well, look at your
You hate
pants.
me.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't look at your pants. Like, you got so much to say over here.
Right.
It's like they're telling me they hate me.
Right. So like you kind of like can't take it personal. I think I think for me, because working in corporate, right, like you have to learn how to be like super like learn how to adapt. So because there's so many changes, like so many things happen. And like there'll be times where I would merchandise an item and it'll get cut. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? You know? But then after a while, you just get used to it, and it's just like, all right, well, that's not going to do well because you don't like stripes or whatever, And
I want to know, what is the name of a product or an item that you merchandise once that ended up getting cut that you were offended by?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, that story came from somewhere. I know it's something.
I'm trying to think.
Or just anything
that got cut.
That you'd already merchandised.
Probably like, there was like these pair of like polar bear socks. We were doing like the winter collection. And there was these pair of polar bear socks. But when you put it on, it stretched out the polar bear too much. So it didn't look like a polar bear anymore. Kind of like one like a fat like rhino or something.
Like when Rob Kardashian got
and it got cut. And I was just so upset about it. And I remember talking to the designer. I was like, girl, can we make the polar bear skinnier or something? But they were like, no, we can't. So yeah. But yeah, you just learn not to take it personal.
I get it. I mean, like, especially like in the beginning when you're planning or designing like what a collection is going to look like or what you're going to make for a season. I mean, granted, I've only been doing it for like 3 or 4 seasons for holiday markets.
Yeah.
But like, you want to make so many things, and then you start to see how much everything is going to cost.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, well, maybe I don't need to do that.
But then also the flip side, though, is outdoing a performer that you did the season prior. Like, I feel like that's pressure, too. Like, I put out a scent, it's a bestseller. It's like, it's going. Mm-hmm. But now I have to, like, do better the next season. And I'm just like, all right, well, how am I going to top this? Like, my nose can only do so much. So, yeah.
I mean, I stopped looking at numbers probably this season. I think I removed the Shopify app like off my phone.
Really?
Yeah, because it becomes, for me at least, it becomes a little obsessive.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy because then I start to obsess over it morning, noon, and night.
Yeah.
And for 3 months.
Yeah.
And the month prior, like I'm just an asshole. Like I'm not very fun to be around. Like I'm stressed out. Like, I mean, in this case, this winter I get a free pass. But
Yeah, because remember that's what we were talking about when we were like comparing like last year's numbers to this year's numbers, and we just kept saying, all right, we can't look at last year because it's like completely different. Like we can't do it.
Well, last year to this year was not that much of a difference. We ended up doing pretty much the same that we did the year before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I mean, like this year we didn't have anything to sell.
Oh,
We got to that
it
point.
was an inventory problem.
Yes.
Yeah, our inventory was stuck on the ocean.
So
that was a bit of a nightmare predicament to be in, especially when you ran out of like all your mediums and your larges.
Yeah, which are like your premier sizes.
Yeah,
Yep.
on
Yeah.
like December 2nd. Like, so that was not fun.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think that when it comes to just like starting your own business, though, like, yeah, you have to be determined, because when things like that pop up, and they will pop up, like, you think you have everything planned out. You think that you're like, I know what color this is going to be, and then the next thing you know, I was like, oh, that was I. For instance, the color that you're wearing, you're wearing
Love.
like a love. What would you call that?
Like an olive, forest
You were-
green type
Forest
of
green,
situation.
yeah. Forest green.
Mm-hmm.
I might even say like evergreen,
Yeah.
alpine.
Yeah.
If you look at the tags for those, they all say olive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, interesting.
Got that right.
Just goes to show that like sometimes things show up and they look a little different than what you may have planned. So like, you know, and at that point, it was like we were already running behind on everything. We didn't have the time to be like, you know what, let's just change that and give it another shade of like another go of like a brown, or another go of like a chestnut, hazel
you
sort of color.
just have to, like,
No, you have to
roll
go.
with the
Keep going.
punches.
Keep going. Like, do we want to change the hang tags? It'll delay us by 3 days. I'm like, no. I'm like, just print the
Just
fucking
do it.
clothing.
Yeah. I don't think people realize, because that even happened to me, like with the fragrance oils for the candle. My best seller, like the one that you love, the Santal, they just thought it just ran out. They didn't have it anymore.
Oh wow.
Ugh.
And I'm just like, well, why? Why don't you have any? It was such.
Where did you find it?
What I had is what I had. So it was like, once it's sold out, it's sold out. Like I couldn't.
You couldn't find the scent anywhere else?
So it's like different suppliers, even though it might say the same scent, it performs differently. So it would have to be like a whole new like testing process and everything. And no one has time to do that during the holidays, honestly.
No.
Like you have to do all that stuff before. So it sucked, because it's just like, all right, I'm going into like the biggest season of the year for us, like, you know, type of retail businesses. And you're telling me that you don't have one of my most popular scents.
When
like
do you start planning?
June.
I guess you better start now.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you have that scent.
Yeah, I normally start planning in June.
I think you should start planning yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you want to try to do Brian as well.
Yes, I know.
We
I
started
know.
in February.
You started in February?
Mm-hmm.
You started in February?
Yeah.
Really?
What do you think these bracelets are for?
Me? No, I'm just joking.
I'm just kidding. I'm not saying you have to start right now. All I'm saying is that like
Start earlier than June.
I think that like, well, yes, but I think it's interesting that the longer we do this, the need for I think this year was the reason why we were like, last season was the reason why we were like, we should start the moment that the market closes. Like,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
when you don't get your inventory in time and your inventory shows up after the holiday season ends, you never want something like that to ever happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever. And
Yeah.
so, you know, when they're talking about like lead times and things like that, I'm
Yeah.
like, I want this stuff that we're ordering right now. I want it in our factory I want it in our warehouse by August.
I was
Like,
just going to say that. You guys would need it in by August.
yeah, I'm like, I want it by August, so that way, if let's say 3 weeks gets delayed, whatever, we're still falling into the middle of August. You know, let's say another like 3 weeks gets delayed, we're just touching September. You know, another 3 weeks gets delayed, we're still in September. You know, like you could push the envelope so far at that point, and we would still have it before the end of October.
Yeah.
I think what a little bit different too, like just coming from like a clothing perspective, is like there's so many things that you have to worry about on the calendar. Chinese New Year, if we produce like on that end, holidays, factory holidays, or holidays of just like, you know, their personal holidays. So you kind of, and then if the factory is vertical or not. If you're getting if they have everything in house, then God bless you. If they don't. If they don't, and they have to go to the mill and get the buttons here and the fabric
zippers
there
from
and the
another
zippers
place,
there.
and-
Like that's a nightmare, and you have to track all of that stuff. So like
Yeah, so that's why you need like more than enough time. I mean, even,
yeah, because
the thing is-
trims will have you like
I mean, what I'm talking about really starting on though is like, especially when it comes to the holiday season, like I'm talking about starting making bracelets. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to be making at least, X number of bracelets a week just so we can have a backstock of 500 by the time we get to the holidays. Because
Yeah,
right now
yeah.
we're just producing basically what comes in for
Yeah.
orders.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think there's never a better time to start than like immediately, just because it's like
It's
you
kind of like
never know what's gonna happen down the road, and like the last thing I want is to ever run into the position that we ran into this time and just end up with nothing.
Yeah.
But
Like-
determination.
have a plan of like how I do it is like I kind of have a plan, especially like how many scents I want to bring in, et cetera, test them early. And once I get that going, then it's just like, all right, I can just sit and I could like just produce them, and just have them on my shelf. The good thing, and even the good thing about your stuff is that there's no shelf life. You have it,
Yeah.
it's there, so it's good.
So we touched on determination as like one thing that like, you kind of give as like a daunting task to like, if you're gonna start a small business, be determined.
Yeah.
Have faith in yourself,
Yeah.
right? For me, the two things that I always tell people whenever they come to me telling me that they want to start a small business or they want me to like coach them on like how to start a business, a clothing brand, and I'm like, okay, do you have a life? How many hours a week are you willing to put towards this?
Right.
And they're
right.
like 20. I'm like, times that by 4.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like, I like to tell people, align yourself with a cause or a mission. So like, we're not in that like era anymore where it's like necessarily okay to just like do things to better serve yourself, right? Like, so what is your why and who are you helping and why? So align yourself with something, right? Pick an organization, pick anything. Give like, do you care about like single-use plastics or the whales? Do you want like dogs to have a better life? The ASPCA, like who do you want? Who are you serving and why? And make sure that like your business or your organization like has some sort of give back to that.
Right.
And then B, I always tell people, you don't need $1 million to start a company.
No.
Like, you don't even know if what you have is even a good idea. Like, don't think that you need like, your mom, dad, cousins, nieces, brother, and everybody in between, all their life savings to put together in order for you to start your t-shirt brand called Elasticity. It ain't gonna work, sweetie.
Right,
like, try with
right.
$50 and get a shirt and see if people even like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can go from there. People think you need all this money, you need to do background testing and market testing and
No.
research. I'm like, your research is you setting up a stand at a farmer's market.
Yes. And seeing
And deciding to have somebody buy this or not.
seeing what
If they
people
do-
gravitate towards. Yeah.
Yeah, if they do, make the next thing. If they don't, move on.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So don't spend your whole life savings on something. But at the same time, it's like we are a company. We are a country who's like very much built on the idea, the premise, the notion of entrepreneurs, and like lean into that. Like, I think that it's okay to like fear is a normal feeling. It's a normal emotion, and feel it. Be a little afraid. It's just, I mean, I think it's okay. It's okay to feel fear. I mean, that just means that like you actually care. Like if you didn't have that feeling of fear, then like I would probably be worried for you. I'd be like, why are you afraid? Like, why are you so confident? Like your idea sucks, bro. But at the end of the day, like it also doesn't even matter what I think. It doesn't matter what Rachel thinks. It doesn't matter what Richard thinks. What matters to who your customer is, and like, is that customer out there? Are they gonna buy from you? I mean, like, I have sold bracelet colors that I thought were heinous, and I will not explain why or which ones, but I thought that they were ugly, and yet they would sell like crazy, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realized very quickly, I was like, it doesn't matter what I like.
Nope.
It doesn't matter what I like. I'm not selling to myself. I'm not buying my own things. Other people are.
You're right.
And if it brings other people joy, that's what matters more than anything else. Do you have a scent that you don't like? that you sell all the time?
Yeah, there's been plenty of scents that I've made that I'm just like, ugh.
And yet it sounds like crazy.
And it
it's like-
sounds like crazy. It truly does.
Is it Santal one of them?
No, I love that scent.
You do? Well, I mean, I don't know. It could be considered that the basic.
No,
girl,
it sounds so well, but there was this. So like, I am not someone that likes anything that's like too sweet. Like, I don't want like my house to smell like apples or anything like that. That's not me. But there's people that's just like, yeah, I want something that's
Apple
sweet
cinnamon.
and blah, blah, blah.
Like you just baked a pie
Right,
or something.
right. So
I'm not trying to be hungry at home.
right. So I made one that was called pumpkin. I don't even remember. Pumpkin something.
I do like a pumpkin
I
one
love pumpkin.
Oh well, so did everyone else. Okay, like it flew, and to the point where like it was seasonal. Thank God.
You're like people are still asking for it in
Yeah,
March.
people were still asking for it.
And then you know what you do? You keep making it.
I did special orders. I was just like, okay, I'll do a special order for you, et cetera, et cetera. But like, was it something that I would necessarily burn in my house? No,
No.
not at all. But in the same realm, I feel like for me, keeping true to like what my brand represents too, right?
I mean, like you could still represent your brand, but it might not necessarily be something that you're like too particularly gung ho about.
Yeah. But I've always, my whole thing is like, I can't make something that I hate.
Yeah.
Like completely hate. Like I just can't. I can't do it. So it might not be my first pick, but it's not something that I like despise, right? And for me, my brand represents confidence. So it's really like, I created UltraRay for a space, the skincare side, for a space to have women, men, it doesn't matter, but like a space for Black and brown women to receive luxury skincare services in an industry where we are otherwise ignored, right? There's so many procedures, there's so many machines, there's so many things where like it's not even tested on darker skin.
No.
At all. Right? So we're left out of like an industry where we are literally, but like our community are probably the biggest consumers.
All right.
So the spaces, where's the space for that? Where is that, right?
And you create the loyalty there, and I mean, like you've got yourself a winning combination.
Right, like where's the space for that? And for me, but for it to be professional too, because there's also like the reputation of like, oh, if it's Black owned, it might not be, the utmost.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we're professional, we're confident, we are comfortable. You could come in, and if you want to take your wig off, you can take your wig off, and lay down on the table and have an amazing service, and if you want to sleep, you can sleep. But if you want to tell me about what happened today at work, we can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's creating that space, and then the products come in where you could bring a piece of that space home with you. So you could continue on having that experience in a form of aromatherapy, right?
Yeah.
In the form of a body scrub, in the form of a candle, in the form of a body butter. But you take that piece of experience with you as well. So that's really what it was created for.
Oh, I think it's amazing that you found like a loophole, if you will, or not a loophole, but like a need, a space where you can provide these types of services for people of color and actually have like a physical location, that you can call home. It's amazing. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if people wanted to book your services, where could they go?
So they can go on my
OnlyFans?
website, UltraRayLuxurySpa.com. You could Google me, and you can book there. Also, my studio is located in Sunset Park in Brooklyn. So
Yeah, for any of you, if you're ever coming to New York, if you are in New York, if you live in New York, but if you don't live in New York and you are coming to New York, you can always reach out to us or reach out to Rachel and we can get you guys in touch.
come by.
So Rachel, you've reached, it looks like very close to, the middle of your wrap. So go ahead and slide that bar charm on
Okay.
as if it were a regular bead. There you go.
All right.
Slide it on. Now keep beating.
Yay. It's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to keep beating. I feel
Good.
like you can hire me now. As the beads like pop out of this thing.
Yeah. How many sage bracelets you got over there?
2.
2? Girl, you gotta catch up.
How many bracelets do you have?
I'm about to start number 4.
10.
That's crazy.
I'm working on number 3.
You're on number 3?
Yeah.
Wow, Richard, I'm so proud of you.
I would have been halfway done with 3, but I forgot to get another thread.
Oh.
I'm on number 1.
It's not. I mean, like the thing is that it's one of those. It's one of those things that once you've done it enough times, you get really quick at it.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could do this like literally like.
With his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't even really have to look at it that much anymore. I've done this in a room that's like completely pitch black. But the problem with that is that like you end up mixing beads that aren't supposed to be mixed together. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, you know what? This could be a denim.
This could be a different color, right? Inspiration.
Yeah, inspo, yay! For the record, that is not how we came up with the From New York with Intention collection. It was definitely way more thought out than that.
Yes.
It was with way more intention and way more light. On that note, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure having you,
Yes.
and I hope that we get to see you soon.
I'll be back.
You'll be
Yes.
back.
Yes,
And
part
we'll-
2.
Apparently, we're going to be at the Grand Bazaar.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
If not, my mom is in Colombia. She can bring somebody back with her. I can take care of that quite easily. Solidify that position. Otherwise, yeah, you know, if you want to look, you want to hand off your handles to us, where can we find you?
Yes. So my Instagram is at UltraRay_Luxury Spa. Google UltraRayLuxurySpa.com. Those are probably like the 2 best ways to find me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I'm Chris from State of Gratitude, and this was another episode of Not Your Average Gratitude Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.